There is this moment that happens quietly. It's not dramatic. It's not a crisis. Instead, it's just a realization. You're standing in the mirror or maybe sitting in your car, and out of nowhere, here comes the thought, I don't know who I am anymore. It's not that you don't love your life. It's not that you don't love your family. It's not that you're not grateful for your current situation. It's just that somewhere along the way, you've lost yourself. You've lost that version of you that used to enjoy life. That version of you that had goals, had ambitions, had opinions, had hobbies, desires. But now, looking at your life, she feels so far away, like someone you used to know, but you haven't talked to in a long time. And in her place, it's just you. Someone's mom, someone's employee, someone's friend, someone's something, but not really you. And if you know what I'm talking about right now, if this is touching your soul, please stay with me on this video, because I've been exactly where you are. And to be honest with you, sometimes I find myself there still. And I think we need to talk about it, not to fix it, not to come up with 5 steps how to solve it, right? Just to name it, just to realize it's happening, to see it, and to stop pretending we are okay when we deep down know we are not. Because one thing for sure, you deserve to feel like yourself again. So let's start with the first thing. How does this happen? How do we get to the point where we no longer recognize who we are? I've been thinking a lot about this, and I believe it doesn't happen randomly. I don't think it's like a big event or a big moment that happens before we realize that we are far gone. It actually happens little by little. It starts with a simple helping a friend doing something that is important to them, skipping the workout because you have to take care of someone else's needs. It starts with not sleeping enough because now you become someone's mom and all their needs come first. In other words, it starts with you trying to do everything for everyone and put yourself last, to the point where it becomes a normal thing. And at first, it doesn't look like you're losing yourself. It looks like you're being noble, because there's nothing wrong taking care of your kids instead of going to sleep if it's needed. Obviously, those actions, they don't come off as wrong at that moment. But if we are not intentional about how slowly we're losing ourselves, it gets to the point where by the time we realize it, we've been far gone for years. And we find ourselves one day no longer knowing what we used to love, no longer knowing what excites us, no longer knowing what our goals used to be. Because now everything is about the kids, about your job, about your household, about your marriage, and you just disappear. Not all at once, slowly, just slowly enough that you didn't notice. Maybe now that you're hearing me, you can actually remember the first time you felt that uncomfortable, quiet moment where you couldn't remember who you are anymore. Or maybe someone recently asked you, oh, how you doing? What do you do for fun? And you stood there and froze. You couldn't think of anything that only you enjoy doing. Not what your kids like to watch, not what your husband likes, not what your friends likes, but you. Maybe you used to know. You used to write. You used to read. You used to dance. You used to watch movies. Or you used to paint. Whatever the case might be. But now you're no longer aware of what excites you. And that thought scared you, because you realized that your whole existence now depends on the relationship you have with others. Your identity has narrowed to the role of being a mom. Your purpose have become taking care of everyone else's care. But outside of that, who are you? You are not sure anymore. And I believe what makes it so hard is because it comes with grief. And we don't want to talk about it. We don't have space for it. You're supposed to be happy for the life you have. You're supposed to be happy because you're a mom. You're supposed to be happy because you're in a healthy relationship. You're supposed to be happy because you're alive. You're not a homeless. You have a job, a good job maybe. So how can you grieve? What are you grieving? But I think that's where the problem lies. Because I believe you can be grateful and happy for what you currently have and still miss that version of ourselves that used to be very spontaneous, the version of ourselves that used to love dancing, that used to love traveling. Those two things can coexist. You missing that version of yourself doesn't make you ungrateful. Not the case. Because grieving is not just death, it's any loss. And you losing yourself is a loss. So you're allowed to grieve. You grieve the woman that used to have dreams that were not tied to anyone else. You grieve your time, being able to wake up and do whatever you feel like doing that day, regardless of who might be affected. You grieve your energy. That energy that you could go out and dance all night long and come back at 3 a.m. and still wake up at 6 a.m. like nothing happened. You grieve your possibilities, that version of yourself you thought you could grow into and become that woman that had so many dreams, so many goals that she thought she could achieve. You grieve that body that used to be so sexy before the kids came along. And for a long time, you probably felt guilty for that grief. I'm here to tell you, you don't have to. You don't have to feel guilty for grieving that version of yourself. Because grieving is a process of letting that go and accept your new reality. And maybe if we acknowledge who we used to be, now we can implement that same spirit to our current life. You maybe won't be able to wake up one day and just do whatever you want to do. But guess what? We can become intentional about how we structure our time so that we can make some space for our own selves. It's not about wishing to go back to the version we used to be. But at the same time, it's not about staying stuck with this version of ourselves that we no longer recognize in the mirror. Acknowledging the version of yourself you used to be doesn't make you ungrateful. It just makes you human, and you're allowed to be one. Before I became a mom, I used to be someone that was traveling a lot. And that version of me didn't have the responsibilities I have today. I used to be someone that every single week I would take myself out to watch movies, to go to bars, whatever the case might be. I'll get myself cute, beautiful, and go out and spend as much money as I wanted on myself. Can I be that version of myself today? I cannot. Because first of all, I'm an adult now. Meaning, I know better, right? The things I was spending my money on back then, I probably won't make the same choices today. But guess what? That's the beauty of it. I can remember that version of Dolly and still be grateful for what she used to do, for who she used to be. But now, it's my responsibility to take the formula of that version of Dolly and apply it to this current version of Dolly. I probably can take myself out every weekend because again, now I have a full-time job, I have a household to take care of, I have a family to take care of. But does that mean I can plan at least twice a month to have a moment for me where nothing else is involved but my needs? No. Maybe now your question would be, okay, Dolly, I heard what you said. Yes, I've lost myself. So what's next? I don't have the answer. But here's one thing that helped me. The first thing was to recognize that, yeah, Dolly, we faggot. And be peaceful with that. Like, you know what? Dolly used to do this. Dolly used to be that. Dolly used to be whatever. She's gone. And not gone in the sense of she has disappeared. Gone in the sense of she can no longer do a lot of the things she used to do. But this is the new version of Dolly. How can we make this version of Dolly happy? How can we make this version of Dolly stay connected to her true self? With that realization, with that acceptance, it's the beginning of the new you. This is your permission to start getting to know yourself again. Maybe you can start with things as simple as, what do you enjoy doing? Now that you are aware that you no longer know who you are, here's my question to you. What are you going to do about it? Because here's the thing. Who you used to be is no longer who you are at the moment. And sometimes that's a good thing. You didn't lose yourself. You just put her on pause. Because you might not know what you like anymore, but you can start finding ways to reconnect with yourself, with your interest. What are things that you're deeply interested on? Don't think about the fact that you can make it happen, but at least what is something, or what are the things that when you think about, you feel excited? I will start there. It doesn't have to be anything exotic. No, simple stuff. Anything that interests you, that's what you need. Because we're talking about reconnecting with yourself, not reconnecting with society standards, with Instagram standards, with influencer standards. No, we're talking about your life here. So make it as personal as possible. One thing I do that helps me is ask myself, what's one thing that if I do today, I'm going to feel a little better about myself? Not what my daughter's going to feel, not what my husband's going to feel, or not what my employer's going to feel, but me. It might be something simple, as grab a cup of coffee by myself, as long as it's something at that moment that nurtures me directly. I will go for it. And then get ready for the battles. But at least that day, you didn't spend your 24 hours just fighting battles. You also did something specifically for you. And on that topic of reconnecting with yourself, it's also very important to let yourself sing. Allow yourself to be more than just, okay? More than just someone's mom. Allow yourself to enjoy your life. Allow yourself to get curious about what is it that you really want, regardless of your responsibilities. Sometimes it's okay to be selfish. And sometimes it's okay to ask for help. Because sometimes another thing that stops us from having a little bit of time for ourselves, we are so overloaded with our to-do list that we actually don't have time to enjoy, to go watch a movie, or to take ourselves on a date. And if we find the time, we're exhausted to actually do anything fun. Ask for help. That friend that you have, can you please help me watch the kids, even if it's for 2 hours? Or your partner, can you please help me with X, Y, and Z? I would like to rest. I would like to go out. I would like to, whatever the case might be. Because sometimes we moms like to take everything. And we are so good at overloading ourselves that even when someone is willingly to help, we don't let go. This is an invitation to share your load with someone else. Share your load with your kids, with your friends, with your husbands. Because them too, even sometimes when they want to help, the way we carry everything, you're teaching them to stay comfortable. And hear me when I say this. You are not as alone as you think you are. You are just not talking about it. You're not asking for help. So if you're watching me today and you're feeling lost, like you've misplaced yourself somewhere along the way, and you don't know where to start looking for yourself, I just want to say this. You are not gone. You are just buried. And you can always dig yourself back up. And it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen perfectly. One baby step at a time. That's all it takes. For now, try to find what excites you. So friend, I want to thank you so much for being here with me, because I know We are so short of time, okay? There's a lot of things you could have been doing out there, but you chose to be here with me, and I'm so grateful for that. And let's just not give up. Always keep trying. And the most important thing of all, enjoy the process. Be more intentional about how you spend time with yourself. And with that being said, thank you so much again for being here, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye.